everybody, it's me, Ms. Beeline, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts and experience using the Shea Moisture Curling Gel Souffle. This video is going to be a little bit longer than my normal ones. I try to keep my videos well under 10 minutes, but I already know that this one is going to be maybe 13 minutes or so long. I'm not really sure, but I know it's going to be longer than my other ones, only because I'm taking you day by day on the experience itself. And because the video is going to be longer than usual, I cut out the actual application. I did do a video using a different product maybe a year or so ago, showing you how I do a wash and go. And if you're interested in seeing how I apply the product, rake it through and smooth it and all of that, I'll leave a link in the about box below. You can click on that and you can see how I do it. I do it the exact same way every time. It doesn't matter what product I'm using. The technique is always the same. The very first thing that you're going to see is my hair wet with product that's already set. I washed it, conditioned it. The souffle is already on my hair, and this would be considered, as far as I'm concerned, the first night or the initial night. So that's the first thing that you're going to see. All right, so if you're ready, let's jump right on into it. This is where we are at the end of day one. Whatever I decide to do tonight, I'll just take some pictures or some kind of way insert it into this footage. Alright, so this is night 2. We've had night 1, which was the initial night. Today was day 1. This is night 2, and tomorrow will be day 2. The only thing I did before I put in all those bunny tails was just spritz my hair with water, and I mean a very light mist of plain water. It was not mixed with anything. Then I put in the bunny tails, or when I have this yellow scarf around the perimeter, for the sole purpose of, just laying down my edges. And then I have this on top. So we'll see how this turns out in the morning. Catch you all tomorrow. We'll see how this hair looks on day 3. Bye. I spritz with water, but I also put a little bit of coconut oil in the palm of my hands, rub it together, and I just scrunched it. I didn't wipe it or even rake it. I just took it and scrunched into the section. I'll put on my satin bonnet and we'll see how this turns out tomorrow. I'm going to take this down, style it somehow, then I'll take a couple of pictures and I'll insert it in this video. Now it's pretty shrunken because this morning, right before I walked out, I sprayed it. I didn't drench it, of course, but I just misted it with some water because I just felt like it needed a little bit of hydration. So it packed right on back down. If all goes as planned tonight, I'm going to wash this out and put in a protective style. All right, so stay tuned for my final thoughts. So before I get into my final thoughts, I want to just give you some details, just plain details regarding the gel itself. I'm not sure why, but I always notice expiration dates, and I did notice that there is an expiration date on the bottom. It's not really like over perfumey, but there is a definite distinct smell. Yeah, and the first thing that I can think of is the word tropical, coconut, something like that. I did find that it did not linger though. It's not like your hair is going to smell like this day after day after day after day. It does dissipate. That was my experience anyway. If you've used this and you have any input regarding the fragrance, please leave it down below, because people come through and they just want to get more information. So I'd like to get different perspectives in case you had a different experience, you know. But as far as I'm concerned, it did dissipate. Putting it on, I did smell it, but it went away eventually. And this is the consistency of it. See that? It's a thick, looks kind of chunky, almost like a chunky gel. Now for the pros. My curls, as you were able to see, my coils rather, were very, very defined from day one, from the initial night all the way to the end. My hair was very, very defined. All I had to do a couple of days is wake up and spray some water on my hair, take my fingers and just kind of wake it up because it was kind of packed down. Coily. I mean, coils popping for days. So this is good for defining whatever pattern you have. This is going to define it and possibly hold it for you. Now, as you also saw in the video, I mentioned how I put some coconut oil on the ends of my hair for maybe 2 or 3 nights. I did that, not because I felt that my hair was dry or brittle, but I was doing it as a preventative measure. I know my hair. I know what my hair tends to do, especially when it's that locked like that in a wash and go. And I probably was just being a little extra, but I wanted to beat it to the punch. I didn't want there to be any possibility of the ends of my hair coiling up so bad and just getting dry and brittle and just giving me a nightmare. So that's why I did that. I don't want you to think that my hair was dry, because it's just the opposite. This product gave my hair moisture, and the moisture was there. Every time I touch my hair, I can feel that there's something there. It never felt wiry. It never felt like dry weeds or anything. It felt nice. I took those measures just because I wanted to. From day one all the way to the end, my hair stayed shrunken, and even when I tried to pull it out, it would come out, but it just go right back. I didn't even experience it to that degree when I used the Uncle Funky's Daughter Curly Magic. You know, like my hair did shrink, but at least on the second day, when I put my bunny tails in and I took them out the next day, my hair was stretched out. But with this, it was, I don't know, it just stayed just like this for the majority of the time that I had to wash and go. Which takes me to my cons. The third ingredient is vegetable glycerin. Yeah, that answers the question as to why my hair was always, first of all, soft. It was pulling in all of the moisture from the air. But because it's pulling in all the moisture from the air, it just stayed clumped up. That's how my hair reacts to glycerin all the time. It's very good to moisturize, but as far as styling goes, let me just say, if you have hand and hair syndrome, this will take it away. You know why? Because every time you touch your hair, you're going to have that gunky, sticky feeling on your fingers. Every time. And it feels very weird. That's the only way I can describe it. It feels weird. Even right now, I can feel that these are the two fingers that I used to demonstrate to show you the consistency of the product. I can feel it because there's this weird residue, and it's so aggravating because all throughout the day, you know how you like to feel your hair, or if you just want to style it. Like I said before, my hair shrunk up so much that during the day I would want to go to the bathroom and just encourage it out some, just kind of pull it out and style it and wake it up. But I better be right next to a sink to wash this stuff off because it has this weird aggravating feeling, and it doesn't go away over time. I thought that surely after the third day and the fourth day up in there that I wouldn't have that problem anymore. No, all the way up until the last day that I washed my hair out, which was like a week or so, I felt it. So that is my number one con with this, even more than the glycerin. Even more than the glycerin, that weird sticky feeling would cause me to think twice about purchasing it again, even though I did like some other things about it. If you have used this product, whether you have type 4 hair or not, if you've used this product, what are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about it? How does your hair like it? Does it like it? Does it hate it? Please share your experience down below in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching this video, and please join me for the next one.